Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard. And the Drifters, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members, the Drifters, what can you say? Among the most successful and longest lasting of 50s vocal groups. Boy, they gave us so many classics that have withstood the test of time, didn't they? I'll tell you. But you know, the Drifters' legacy also includes having a literal revolving door of personnel changes because the managers just wanted to pay the singers cheap and make money with the name. So, you know, they sort of single-handedly almost gave rise to that sarcastic expression, quote, "The only original member is their manager." But it's a shame. They did have several great lead singers, though, and a lot of great music. Now, I've got two posters to show you today from 1960. They're just 3 months apart, and the lineup is different in that short span. I don't know if it was on stage, but as you'll see by the pictures here. But you know what's funny is there's zero question that 1960 was a very special year for the Drifters, giving rise to the biggest hit of their career, Save the Last Dance for Me. And guess what? It was released this very month. How fun is that? August of 1960. As you can see, coming in for a little close-up there, you do have the Auditorium in Klamath Falls, Oregon, on Saturday, August 6th, dancing from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now, this was a tour blank by Tillman Poster Press in Oakland, California, so you've got the green area being constant, of course, for the entire tour. And it stayed the same, so I'll come in for a look at that. It does say In Person, the Drifters, with 4 song titles. And nicely, there's not a clanker in there. They're all top 10 hits, at least R&B, which is nice. In fact, mostly R&B. You've got Lonely Winds in the top center. That was actually the weakest of the 4, but it was their current 45, and it did make the top 10 of the R&B charts. Then, right above the word Drifters, you have Dance With Me, number 2 R&B, the year before in 1959. Then you get down under their name, and it does say This Magic Moment, getting better all the time with a top 5 R&B record this spring, but it still resisted getting into the darn pop top 10 for the Drifters, you know, the mainstream chart. Well, the 4th song did it on the poster here, There Goes My Baby. That was the group's first pop hit from 1959, and it was number 2 in the nation, which is great. Obviously, it was number 1 on the R&B chart if it was number 2 on the mainstream chart. And then backing up the Drifters, sort of, positioned as an opening act or a second act, you've got Hammond organist and bandleader Doc Bagby. And then there's the photo on the poster of the Drifters, and we get into the personnel thing. I'll tell you, you know what's weird is that those 4 top 10 hits I just mentioned and read off the poster, the esteemed Ben E. King sang lead on all of those, but he's not in the photograph because a contractual dispute prevented him from touring with the group. And even in the recording studio, by the spring of 60, he was gone. So you've got this 1959 photograph of the Drifters with Johnny Lee Williams in the upper left, and he replaced Ben E. King singing the songs in concert. So there's Johnny Lee Williams. But check this out. This is where the photo thing really gets funny. So these 2 posters I'm going to show you were just 3 months apart, right? Well, this one from November of 1960 has, I'll show it coming in here, a different photograph with 5 guys instead of 4. But the funny thing is, there's no person, there's no man or musician that's in both photos. You're looking at 9 different Drifters. And, you know, the concert posters are 3 months apart in 1960. That's really hilarious. But look, in all fairness, what happened was, I don't know if it was the, poster printer or the booking agency or whatever, they sort of panicked at the personnel changes and everything, and who knows when the right picture was taken, so they just went back 5 years or 6 years to 1954, and they pulled out this photograph with actually lead singer Bill Pinkney there, top center. But so it's a 1954 photograph on a 1960 concert poster. It sort of makes you wonder how many customers, fans of the Drifters really noticed. They saw the poster, they bought tickets. Did anybody say, hey, that's the old Drifters, I'm guessing that number might have been around 1%. It's just people, there was no internet for research and all that stuff, and I just don't know how much people really noticed. But it's hard to say, that's pure conjecture, obviously. Otherwise, it's a really lovely, blue and black concert poster, 14 by 22 inches, a window card here, made from Murray Poster Printing Company in New York City. And one of Murray's trademarks was those black platters. I just love the way they have 4 big ones stacked up here. Whether they're meant to be 78s or LPs doesn't matter. And the venue, this is a tour blank, so up there on the venue information, you do have the Highlands Club in Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and November 12th, again of 1960, and unusually printed in the USA is in the venue information because it was of course printed south of the border and sent up to Canada to sell tickets. And then the top platter, I really love that, slug headline for the tour, really nice, Rockin' Blues Record Star Parade of 1960. And then you've got 3 song titles around the Drifters platter, if you will, just like the other poster. There Goes My Baby and Dance With Me are on there, but also a top 5 rhythm and blues hit. They had True Love, True Love. And to save space on the poster, only one of the True Loves is given. And that True Love hit was sung by, to show you who sang it, we got to go back to the previous poster. And it's Johnny Lee Williams. Well, I'll tell you, oh man, you're going to be quizzed on all this later, so I don't know, who's ever singing, they always had great producers and songwriters because the Drifters are an American treasure, a postage stamp artist with wonderful music. So this is just a slice of their best year, 3 months in 1960, a couple of great posters, and a lot of fun to show them to you. Thanks a lot for coming by, have a good day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.